Hey there, Facebook. Hope you're doing fantastically. Welcome to the live show. Hope you're all doing well. Today, I'm talking about my number one fucking pet hate. I've come across this so much recently. It pisses me off to an extent because some people's lack of professionalism, some people's lack of emotion, some people's lack of, what they're doing in their business is just freaking like killing it. Like, it's stupid. It is phenomenally, like, I can't express how much this really pisses me off because in the world of consulting, in the world of business, in the world of where we are right now, some people just are absolute dickheads, absolute fuckwits. And the amount of conversations I've been having around with people recently is pointing out exactly why people are getting more hesitant these days, and people are, of the consulting or any industry, right, are getting pre-consumptions of things. Because it's just fucking annoying what people are doing today, because it's just ruining a whole industry. And today I want to go on a bit of a fucking rant because it just gets on my nerves, some people. Really on my nerves, because the lack of professionalism, the lack of caring about people, the lack of actually people out there that actually physically want to help is ruining it for everybody else that actually do care. I've been on multiple conversations with people that have said, Jarrod, your process I love. I've been on calls with other people and they've made me cry. Fucking stupidity of people, right? Other people in the marketing field, other people in the coaching and consulting field, other people in various different other types of niches. It's like, just fuck, like, what are people on these days? Why the fuck? Who gives them the right to be able to make somebody cry to buy a service? I mean, what games are people playing right now where they just do not care about somebody enough that then they're making people fucking cry on calls? They're making people upset. They're making people angry, right? They're hurting people's feelings, right? The lack of professionalism in the art of selling today and the art of really caring and wanting to serve people at the moment is just astronomical. Like, what gives somebody the right to push so hard that they make someone upset, that they make people angry, they make people upset and sad, right? What gives people the right in any industry when they're selling a product? If you have to go to an extent where you're making people cry, upset, you're making people feel shit about themselves, right? You have to put someone down or push someone into a corner or push someone so fucking hard that you do this to someone, right? It just pisses me off. And I had to really rant about this today because it's just got to an extent where I've had half a dozen conversations this week alone with people that's spoken with other companies, and this is what's happened. People do not have a right to put someone down, to push someone so hard that you make them cry, to push them so hard that you have to make them feel so shit about themselves because they're not doing anything. Everybody is where they're at in life because of circumstances, and they're in a unique situation, and you got to be empathetic of it, right? People do, you like, if you're currently doing this to people right now, that you have to push people so hard that you make them cry, that you're just selling to them to sell a service. You're not going to give them any value, and you're not going to actually listen to their situation. If you're doing this right now, unfollow the page. I do not want you absorbing any content of mine. If you know somebody that is on my fucking page and they're doing this, I want you to let me know so I can block them from the page. Because this is just way too much. I'm getting people that have made people cry on calls. I'm not going to mention companies or anything, but there's people that are doing this. There's people that are giving stupid advice to people around and they don't even understand someone's situation, right? Everyone's unique in some way, shape or form. And someone hasn't even taken the time to get an understanding on someone. Not even a light of day. Not even a scrimmage. And this is what's happening. People are making people cry, making people feel shit about themselves. Making people feel like belittling people on phone calls to buy a service. And they don't even have a right to even get to that point because they don't even understand or know anything about the person, what they've tried, what they've done in the past, anything. They're just on there, self-gain, completely narcissistic, and just absolute fuckwits. And if you know somebody that's on this fucking page, right, that's following this page, let me know so I can block them because I don't want them part of anything. This is just totally a disrespect for people, the lack of empathy that's there, completely narcissistic, and it's just being an absolute fuckwit. And if any of you are doing this right now, just fucking stop it. Because I've had enough. The amount of conversations I've had with people this week around this is just astronomical. We're getting people that come through in like a startup phase, right? And just getting started. They haven't even got a product, a service, or anything like that. And they're saying, hey, let's spend $1,000, $2,000 a week on, marketing, right? Then, you pay us 20 grand for the year. That's not an ideal client to you, dude. But you can tell that people don't understand and they're just so embedded with their own self-gain that they're not actually there to help people. They don't even freaking care. They just care about themselves and nobody else. They're selfish. And it's got to stop. And it's got to stop. It's happening in every industry, by the way. In every industry. Self-gain, narcissistic pricks, don't even fucking care about people, and are just completely self-driven. Don't care about anyone else, and it's got to stop. And this is a massive differentiating factor right now in any marketplace, no matter what your business is, right? Is the way that you can conduct yourself on the first call with people. Every one of you everyone that's pretty much our following, there's a very small percentage that are in service-based businesses. So it's time to fucking start servicing people, right? It's time to start helping people. It's time to start, if you have to break someone down to tears to sell your product or service, just get out of business, right? Just get out of business. It's not for you, right? And it's just got to stop. I'm going to give you the way today to differentiate yourself from these pricks, right? That are completely self-driven, are narcissistic assholes, right? That are more caught up in their own self-gain to even care enough about people to want to work, to want to actually help people, right? Service-based business is about, it's in the word, service. Service-based businesses. You service people. You serve people. You help people. That's what a service-based business is. It's a service that you service to people, right? So all of this self-gain driven, narcissistic, lack of empathy, lack of caring, not even giving a fuck about people, ways to be able to sell your service has got to stop. And I want every single one of you to share this so this freaking message gets to those people. Because it's just out of this world, absolutely a no-go. You must not do this. There's a difference between holding people accountable and beating people down, making them feel like shit, making them cry, making them angry, upset, as opposed to holding someone accountable. Two different, vastly different things. And actually fucking caring is a whole new story. And it's got to stop. I've heard it way too many times this week, and I've had enough. And I want you guys to share this so it gets to these other assholes that are doing it. And maybe when I go through right now how you guys can differentiate yourselves from these pricks, because look, they're just going to continue to do it anyway. Right? They're going to continue to self-drive, shove stuff down people's throats until they buy, and they don't even fucking care. And if this is what has to happen on the first call, imagine what the service is going to be like when you actually need some help, right? Or you actually got to go to implement things. It's just absolute stupidity, and more people need to be aware of what's going on out there in the world right now. So I'm going to give you the first thing, how to work out if they are narcissistic, if they are self-driven, and if they are the types of people that are like this. That's what I'm going to do first. Number one is they do not ask you any questions about you. So if they just go on their own rant to start with and how good they are and all this fluffy shit, right? That's the first red fucking flag. If they're talking about their company, their product, how good they are, and everything like that, right? That's the first red flag of these narcissistic pieces of shit that are probably going to be beating you down and shoving it down your throat at the end of the call to make a sale. That's just what they got to do. Self-driven, narcissistic pricks. That's the first red flag. They don't ask you any questions, and they talk about themselves and they go on a rant. That's number one. Number two is the very first time that you get connected with one of these people, they also pitch you, shove it down your throat. Talk about how good they are, shove it down your throat on the very first call, and really don't care. Don't listen is the third one. Not listening to anything you say, talking over you, right? Not listening to a single word that you say, talking over you, stopping you from talking, not listening to you at all is the third thing. These people are self-driven. They don't even fucking care. They're going to shove it down your throat at the end of the call. So if you get any of this, you just cut it. Cut the call. Sorry, not interested. Because it's not right that you guys are getting things forced down your throat. I'm sure it's happened to you in the past. It's happened to me in the past, right? And I call it so early. Just say, sorry, not a right fit. See you later. So this behavior is just literally not on. It's got to stop. And that's like the three main factors for you guys to work out. And you can work it out in the first 5 minutes. So you don't waste an hour of your time. You don't waste 45 or half an hour of your time, because your time is very valuable as a business owner. And you don't want to spend your time on a call with someone that's just going to go and make you feel like dirt and shit at the end of it. Control your energies, control your outcomes, control what it is that you can within your own energies. Delete the people that don't care. Find people that actually fucking care. right? And they're the people that are going to be like this. They're the types of people at the start, right? When they first reach out to you, they're going to be very respectful, right? Just wanted to give you a quick call today, just to get a better understanding on you, your business. And if I can give you some resources, that's great. If I can't, that's also cool, right? Casual type of people, right? So for you to differentiate yourself, it's, respectful of people, understanding that people, yes, are busy, right? Yeah, some of it, with NLP and all this sort of stuff, how they talk about it all, some people are just busy being busy. But at the end of the day, that's them. We've got to be empathetic of people and their situations, right? We've got to understand people have their own feeling on busy, regardless of what we think. It's not to do with us, it's to do about them. The people that you're going to serve in your business, don't be a narcissistic, self-driven prick that's going to force your product down someone's throat. Not the way to do business. So number one is to be respectful of people when you first get in contact with them. And it's the whole thought of, if I can help you, that's great. Or if I can give you some resources, that's great. If I can't, that's also great. It's not a right time. Okay? So don't be the type of person that just literally just self-driven and is pushing it. Be the person that actually cares. Be the person that's respectful when you first get in contact with someone. That's number one. Number two is, we've got 2 fucking ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Use it. Listen 2 times more than you do with this thing that blabbers shit and talks. Okay? The people that talk too much are shit talkers. The people that do better are the ones that listen. Okay? So that's number 2. Fucking listen. Right? More than you talk. Hear what it is that people say. Understand what it is that people say. There's a wonderful book. It's called The Art of Coaching. There's several volumes of it. One particular section of it talks about 7 levels of listening. You should get that book. Art of Coaching, I'm pretty sure it's called. 7 levels of listening in it. First of all, it's what's physically coming out people's mouth. The next level to it is how they're saying it. The next level to it is why they're saying it, the thoughts behind it, and several other different aspects. Okay? 7 levels deep worth of thinking. You can of listening. And within people's voice, how they say things, you can tell how they are as a person. Just by the way they project and say things. Your language is the language you speak is how you are internally. For example, you say, no worries. You're the type of person that worries a lot. Chill, chill, chill. I'm a chilled person. I'm a chilled person. If you have to iterate that you're a chilled person all the way through a conversation and mention it several times, you're not a chill person. Language is everything. If you have to tell someone over and over again that you are something, you aren't it yet. You do have a goal in mind, right? To get to that, and you're working on it. Okay? Which is okay. So, listen more than you freaking blabber, right? These narcissistic pricks that are shoving stuff down your throat, telling you, hey, buy my $50,000 program or buy my $50,000 service and buy my, spend, 20, 30 grand a month on marketing or whatever it is, like all the rest of our clients, right? Shoving it down people's throats, not listening to you, and self-driven, narcissistic people, right? These people, that's what they're doing. You don't do that. Don't be like that. Fucking listen to people. Be respectful of people and their time. right? And you don't pitch the first conversation anyway, right? Because you don't even know if they're going to be a right fit for what you do. We don't serve anybody in service-based businesses. We don't serve just anybody. We serve a particular type of person, right? We're going to have to say no to some people. For us, we say no to restaurants, cafes, those types of businesses, right? We say no to e-commerce businesses. We prefer to send them to a specialist, someone that deals with that, okay? So there's a qualifying process where you want to get to know somebody first. Can I help them? Right? The only way to get to know someone is to ask questions. Narcissistic pricks, assholes, self-driven people, they don't even do this. They might ask one or two, but they'll talk over you. They'll butt in. They'll interrupt. Very, very non-professional and not on. It's just like, I can't even like express the amount of fucking frustration of some people and what gives them the freaking nerve to even do this. Like physically having to make people cry to buy your service, having to make people cry and shove something down someone's throat to get them to purchase is just not on. There's a reason why people vibe with us as a service provider. There's a reason why people vibe with our clients and want to do business with them. It's because they fucking care. They're empathetic. They respect people's time. They ask really good questions. They listen more than they talk. And they're not there for their own freaking self-interest. They're there to help people. They're there to physically help someone. Fucking blows my mind, some people. Has this ever happened to some of you guys as well? I know some of the people that have been on the live already, this has happened to. And it's just like... I'm just not happy with it, and some of them are the conversations I've had this week, right? That are on the lives, that are in our communities and so on, right? And it's just not fucking on. Like I got off conversations just before this, right? Same thing happened. Self-driven, BS, narcissistic, fucking assholes that, excuse my French today, this is the only French that I speak, right? And Veronique, you being that you are French, it's you can speak to this, I suppose, right? It's probably not real French. You are the real French person here, yourself and Steve. The real French people. I just speak this type of French from time to time, and I apologize in advance if I hurt anyone's feelings. But it just freaking pisses me off the amount of people that this is happening to lately, and it's not on. And this is my thing now. I want to put them out of business. I'm going to put them out of business. And if it all happens from this live stream and this live stream reaches all these assholes, or at least gives some people some fucking awareness, like and share this now, if it can at least give people awareness as to how to know if these narcissistic pricks are on the phone with them, and that are self-driven, that only care about themselves, don't even freaking care about you at all, or them, whoever this reaches. If all they get from this live stream is just how to work out if this person is on the phone with them, then that's my job done. And at least that's the start to putting these pricks out of business as well. And that's the start to putting them out of business, because these people that are just like over-promising, these people that are, self-driven, these people that are narcissistic, these people that, only care about themselves, they don't care about you, they don't care about your business, they don't care about what you do, they don't care whether they send you into financial ruin with something, right? Because they just freaking only care about themselves and the commission they might make, or the extra money that's going to come into their bank account from yours. That's all they care about. Now, yes, they might provide a great service, some of these people, right? I'm not talking about anything to do with their service. I'm just talking about the people that have to jam down the throats of people the wrong way. That just pisses me off. Like and share the stream. I'm sure every single one of you have come in contact with these types of people, and it's not on. Today is the day that we all stand up, fight for our freedom, and we say no to narcissistic, self-driven assholes who only care about themselves and their bank account rather than anybody else. Do not be like these people. Follow what I said about how to discover if you're speaking to those people. So they're not going to ask you questions. They're going to talk over you. On the very first call, they'll pitch you. On the very first call, they will also not ask you. They'll just talk over the top of you and just talk about themselves. These type of people, no. And if you're currently doing this and you don't know any better, stop right now. You're hurting people's feelings. You are putting people down. You are completely unprofessional. And it's just not going to happen anymore. No. Right now is the no to this. And it all starts with you guys here on the live stream today to be able to stop this. And I'm just looking at Serena's comment. Thank God your mum is not here yet. She's seen worse. She's my mother. And she'll completely agree with me right now as well. Why? Because a lot of my highest values, I got a lot of really good learnings from my mum growing up. Part of it is expressing yourself. Part of it is not dealing with bullshit. Part of it is when people put you down, use it as fuel for the fire to drive yourself harder to prove them wrong. And it's at the same time not listening to them anyway. Because you can do anything in the world if you just put your mind to it. You can achieve anything, right? So what I'm talking about right now, how I'm swearing, I'm pissed off, right? All of this, my mum would agree with. So it's fine. And she would 100% agree and be on board with it. So I'm glad if she is seeing it. So welcome to the call, everybody. Welcome, Serena. Welcome. Thank you so much for tagging everyone as well. I appreciate it. And I agree with you, Michael, right? These people are CUNTS. Okay? They are. Learned it a long time ago. It's not people, right? So we're not generalizing this conversation right now. It's a select few, by the way. And it's those select few that are then putting this as a generalization and putting everybody's guards up. Those select few people. And there's ways to be able to deal with this for people that have dealt with it in the past, right? There's ways to deal with this when you're speaking with these people, okay? People that have been hurt like this before, right? So every time I have a conversation with someone that I feel a bit of a guard up, I understand and I'm empathetic that they may have actually had and been in contact with this in the past, okay? And, I'm not going to harp on about that to them. I'm going to be understanding. I'm going to say that's really shit, all this sort of stuff. I'm so sorry. No, we are not going to make you cry. If we decide that it's a good fit to work together, yes, we will. But if not, that's okay. Maybe in 3, 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, right? We've got people that have been in our database for 2, 3 years that we do deals with, right? They join us. Because we create relationships, because we care about them, because we've got knowledge and understanding, we're professional, we are experts. And all of you that watch this video are an expert in some way, shape, or form. So it's really important that you act that way. You do not need to shove your service down their throat to get them to make a decision. A decision comes naturally through the sales process. Even objection handling and all that type of stuff, it comes naturally through the sales process. Naturally. It's natural conversation. It's not high pressure. It's not shoving it down people's throats. But that's only if somebody is a right fit. It's if you feel you can genuinely help someone. Genuinely. That you care enough to want to help them move forward. Not shove it down their throat. Not kick them down into the gutter. Belittle people. Go into it completely self-driven, your own narcissistic tendencies. None of that. BS. Total BS. I'm loving the language too, but it fucking pisses me off what people are doing today. Like and share the stream, and let's make this more, let's send this fucking viral. Let's send this around more people. Let's get more people to hear this. Share it into groups. Share it to people you know, right? Let people hear this information. I don't even care. Like, even if, like, you know, like all of your friends and none of them are in business or anything, I want them to hear it so they can work out who these people are. Because every single person in the world is going to come in touch with a service provider in some way, shape, or form. Because right now, right, this is what it is. Right now, people are out looking at building properties. People are out right now looking at taking advantage of grants. They're going to get in contact with finance brokers. They're going to get in touch with building agents. And there is going to be people like that right now. They're going to get in touch with real estate agents to sell their properties, right? And all of this is like red flags, what I've spoken about today, that you do not want your friends to get in contact with. It's going to end badly, or it may end badly. I'm not going to generalize it. It may end badly. But you want your friends, people you know, fellow business owners, to work with somebody that actually fucking cares and has a real interest in helping someone get a result. That's like the whole reason why we created the 300 Mastermind. You know? We wanted to make it accessible for more people because people couldn't afford to pay 20 grand in like the initial stages of their business, and they don't even know what their product is and all this sort of stuff, right? Like, we created it to give someone the process to follow, give them some support, give them a group of like-minded people that can help them, right? Share ideas, network, get to know people in the community there. You know, share referrals with each other, referral network, like all of this sort of stuff. Share expertise. Grow together. Don't just be self-driven. Don't be all of this sort of stuff. Get a sales process. Get a marketing system. Don't spend 60 grand on a marketing guy to run it for you. Don't have to spend 30, 40 grand to get someone to run it for you. Don't have to spend 10 grand for a mastermind, 20 grand for a mastermind, 30 grand for a mastermind to get some closer assistance or whatever. I mean, if you can do that, yes, do go at doing that because it will help. But if money's tight, why should you go out and have to go and all through all these loopholes in order to, it's created for that. $297 USD. 1 year's access. It renews at the end of the year. If you choose to go ahead, right? $297 US. Like it's the support community. It's the help, keeps you on track. If you need a little bit of motivation, right? Or if you lack a little bit of clarity, you post into the group, you get the answers, right? In 24 to 48 hours max. You get the answers to you, right? That's what it's designed to do. in the early days of business, you do need to get some assistance, get some direction, get some motivation, right? Like, you do need this in the early stages of business. I had that when I first started, but I paid, my first ever program I bought was $10,000. I didn't need that when I first started. I needed some direction, I needed some clarity, I needed some help, yes. But I didn't need to buy a $10,000 program. I got a lot from it and I could afford it, right? And I made a decision to do it and I paid it in full. That was my decision, okay? But in the early stages of business, a lot of people don't have a lot of money, right? So you got to look at a solution that gives you everything that you want for a fraction of like this 10,000 or 5,000 or 2,000 or even $1,000, right? When you're first getting started. You need a network. You need people around you on the same level. You need a marketing system. You need a sales system. You need some ways to be able to grow more of an organic process. You need all of this. You need some business assets. You need some structure. You need some proper products in place, right? In the early stages. Invest the 10 grand into marketing instead, rather than the consulting in the early stages. So right now is the day where all of this stops, right? Right now is the day where we are more aware of these narcissistic, self-driven pricks that are going to shove shit down your throat, services down your throat. Today is the day that stops. All right? Today's the day that stops. Watch this video again. Share this video so all of your friends can see this, right? They can listen to this so that they are aware as to when all of this happens and when they are on conversations with these types of narcissistic pricks that are self-driven, only care about themselves, right? All of that. You want to make sure that your friends, fellow business owners, people that you know are aware of this, and I've given you the tips as to how to work out these people, right? Get them to listen to that part only. And if this is just the only video that they ever see, that can add some value to them so they work out who these narcissistic, self-driven people are that, you know, are going to shove this shit down their throat and they don't waste 45 minutes of their own time or half an hour minutes of their time or even 10 minutes of your time or 5 minutes of your time speaking to these people, right? That don't even care about you anyway, just want to do a deal, right? They just want some money out of you, right? These types of people, work out who they are quick, freaking get rid of them. Because it's not on. It's not on. It's got to stop today. And if you guys, by the way, if you are after someone for a particular type of service, let me know. I will point you in the right direction, okay? So if you are after somebody, like if you're looking to build a home at the moment, right, you're here in Perth, I know a shit ton of builders and they all come onto my live streams, right? If you're after a finance broker that actually fucking cares, that's not going to be narcissistic and self-driven and drive you into the fucking loan that's going to give them the biggest commission and all this sort of shit, right? And is not even going to care about your situation, right? If you're after that type of person, let me know, shoot a message to the page, I'll point you in the right direction to that person too. And I know I'm all around Australia. I would prefer you to even just ask me, tell me what you're after. I help business owners, so I know who all these people are that are going to be aligned because I've trained them in sales. I've trained them in marketing, right? They're very good, but they actually really freaking care about you and your situation. They'll give you the time of day to tell you, for you to tell them where you're at and what you need help with. And they will tell you if they can't help you in 5 to 10 minutes. If it's even worth your time to follow through with the next step of the process, right? And if it's not, the right time, they'll give you some resources, they'll tell you exactly what to do and what the next steps are, and they'll probably say, come back to me in 6 months, come back to me in 12 months, come back to me, when you've done this, right? Or, if you have any questions, come back to me. Here's my email, here's my message, send me a message on Facebook, whatever that is, right? If you're looking for this type of stuff, just, message me, and I'll prefer to give you someone who is credible. Do not put up with someone that's going to put you down. Do not put up with someone that's going to jam something down your throat, tell you that you are little, tell you that you're never going to be able to come to anything, tell you that you're never going to get anywhere, you're not good enough, you should quit, you should stop doing what you're doing, I am not going to do business with you because you are not an action taker, and all this sort of shit, right, that people do. Do not be belittled by these people. Do not waste your energy. Do not even spend or waste 5 minutes of your time. Work it out in the first 3 to 4 minutes what these people are like. That's it for my rant today. I'm sorry, guys. I had to do it today because half a dozen conversations this week of this happening to people. It's just not up. It's not on. I've had enough of it. More people need to hear this information, and more people need to be more aware that you're not wasting, an hour or 45 minutes or half an hour or even 10 minutes of your time with these pricks, right? Not naming any names. There's a lot of people in this industry and other industries that actually do really care about you and your situation. I can put you in touch with those people. There's a lot of really good people in the marketing game even, right? That, aren't even, I don't have any access, like any financial access to, right? And I'm happy to refer you to them if I don't feel I'm a right fit to help you. You might not vibe with me, and that's okay, right? You might not like the fact that I'm telling you how much I fucking hate some people that are jamming things down people's throats, do not fucking care about people, self-driven, assholes, narcissists that only care about themselves, right? If you like those people, that's great. Go do business with them because we are not that. And if you are after people like that, go and find it. Good luck, right? If you are one of those people, right, that are narcissistic, self-driven, only care about themselves and don't care about other people, unfollow the page right now. Block this page so you never see it again because I do not want you absorbing any of my content. I've just had enough of these people that just don't care about people and feel like they just need to shove things down people's throats. And I want you guys to go back and watch this video. I've given you the traits and what people do, right? Exactly what people do and how to find out that if they are like this as well. So you can be aware and you can find out in the first 3 to 4 minutes if they are that person so you don't waste your time. And if you are looking for a service provider in any industry, send a message to the page and I'll point you to the right person that's not going to be like this and that is going to look after you and that is going to care. Because it's not on. But that's it. I don't talk about negative. I'm going to get off the negative subject and everything now. You've got you've got the gist of what I wanted to talk about today. Some of you are annoyed as I am, and some of you it's actually happened to, which isn't good enough. You guys know now how to work out who these people are in 3 to 4 minutes. You know how to differentiate yourself from these assholes now, and how to provide a better service, how to properly differentiate yourself from these assholes as well. You'll get a lot more business for it, by the way. A lot more business as a result of it. And what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to, share this because so other people can hear it, other people know how to work out these people if they are like this, narcissistic, self-driven assholes, right? How to work those people out in 3 to 4 minutes. and then how they can bring it into their own sales conversations to differentiate themselves from the rest so that they can actually become a lot more different than the rest of the competition. Okay? And that's it for my rant today. I'm not going to go on about it anymore. I think this is the second time I've said it, but it just freaking pisses me off how people are. The rest of the week is going to be a positive conversation. We've got Saturday, which is tomorrow. Where's the week gone? Tomorrow, Saturday, we've got Craig Carr coming on. We're going to be talking business transition. We're going to be talking sales. So it's actually perfect for the rant, right? So we're going to be talking about sales, selling ethically, selling in the 21st century, right? He's a sales expert, author, speaker, spoken in front of thousands of people, and he's getting some incredible results with his clients at the moment, right? High-level corporations, right down to small business owners. We're going to be breaking all of that apart on the live stream show at 12 o'clock tomorrow, Perth, Western Australia time. You do not want to miss that one. I'm excited for that one. I've got a huge respect for Craig. We're doing some business together too, and we felt that it was right to be able to share his message and give you guys some real world advice to how you can start sort of transitioning what you're doing, selling more ethically in the 21st century, and how to grow, right? A lot of what he does with his systems is just incredible, what he's doing for his clients. And I want to break this all down with him tomorrow and share with you how he does all of this and how you guys can then duplicate the same, right? If I can just bring in different people all the time for you guys to have conversations with, people that are ethical, people that do care, people that are actually real experts in the field, right? We get interview requests from people as well, and it's like we really want to determine who's going to be credible for you guys to actually get real advice from. If you would have seen from a lot of our other live streams, we had Charmaine from South Africa. She's got like a 750,000 sized email list, right? Very credible. We've got Amanda, who is a exceptional business strategist. And we've got Michael Nulst from Holland, right, Netherlands. He's an incredible growth strategist working with a lot of very high corporations, very, very high level corporations. A lot of what he does and he does with his businesses and his clients, you can break all that down to the small business level as well. All of that's here live on the page. You don't have to pay for it. You don't have to, you don't have to enter your name, email, and contact number and come to a specific time slot on a webinar, an automated webinar that, we know is automated but says it's live, right? No trickery, none of all this BS, just straight to the point, live on the page, absorb it, get it. It's as simple as that. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning. Come back tomorrow, 12 o'clock Perth, Western Australia time. Make sure you're seeing everything on the page first. Make sure you're following everything on the page. Share it today because more people need to be aware of what's happening in the world right now and how they can stop wasting their time with the assholes and start dealing with people that actually care about their situations and are going to help them as well. So, and if you just have a service provider, you're looking for a certain type of service right now, I prefer you to come to me, shoot a message on the page, this specific page. It will take me a little while to get back to you. I do apologize. We get a lot of people sending messages to the page. So just bear with the time frame. However, I will get back to you and I will give you someone that's credible, right? And we've got plenty of people in our community that are very, very credible. So until next time, follow the page. Remember this one thing. If you do not fight for your own freedom, absolutely nobody else will. So every single day, I want you guys to get out there. I want you guys to take action. And I want you guys to be the warrior that you were born to be. and obtain that freedom, because only you can do it. And I'll speak to you guys tomorrow, 12 o'clock Perth, Western Australia time, for the live show with Craig Carr. You do not want to miss that. Speak to you soon.